And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Oh, this is a new one, huh?
Yes.
All right. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Baby and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one.
Bruno Mars.
And that's how we get the podcast, the podcast, the podcast. The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Every week we do. We you know, AI is garbage. We all know it's going to be the bane of our existence here within even 2 years. So we had AI generate 15 billion different versions in all different genres of music of our podcast theme.
So they just pop randomly.
And we never know which one it's going to be whenever we hit the button.
We've never heard the same one twice.
LOCASH in the studio. Yay!
That's amazing.
We should have a different
That
AI
is
intro
absolutely
to our concert every night.
Why don't we do that?
Oh, did you guys think that was real?
Yes.
We thought that was real, and we
1,000%.
actually loved it.
Wow. No,
We're going to be
1,000%.
the biggest fans of that
I
theme
did
song.
say it sounded like the Gap Band a little bit.
It was a little Gap Bandy. That's what I was saying. I said the Bruno Mars thing, and I'm like, no, it's kind of
It's
Gap
very-
Band.
it's
It's
Charlie.
older, yeah.
Bubba's, we had Tracy on the other, Tracy Lawrence for his turkey fry thing.
Yeah.
And we had him on the phone, and Bubba played a thing down the. Do you have it? I don't know
Yeah, if you give
pull
me
it
a
up.
second.
I'll explain. And so he goes, oh hey, we got something, we got a song we want to play for you, and he did the song that he's about to play, and Tracy was like, who is that? She's great. That's awesome. What?
I'm going to find it. Give me a second.
we got to
Kidding
hear
me
it.
right now?
We got to hear it.
But yeah, it was AI's. It's gotten a lot better. You know, we've had it only for like a year,
Yeah.
and it came out, and it was kind of computery,
Yeah.
and
It's sadly getting way better.
it's getting way.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous.
better.
I'm
like,
not
okay,
gonna lie.
I'm going to play one. This is while I'm looking for that, I'm going to play the Thanksgiving song that we had it do for our show. It's a little emo, kind of fun.
The sweet potato casserole was licked to the pan, and Big D hollered, I'm a hungry man. Mashed potatoes went flying, gravy poured like a flood, and Bubba yelled, pass me that cranberry sludge. Big D and Bubba, they're at it again, eating all the turkey and the stuffing within. No pie is safe, no roll left behind. It's a Thanksgiving feast, and they're out of their minds.
Yeah. It's kind of fire.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I saw this band open for Corn. Yeah, I remember that.
No pun intended.
Gobble, gobble, y'all.
Corn casserole.
I mean, maybe we should start looking for another job.
It's scary. Man, and it's the same thing with the radio industry as well. We'll talk about that. Here's the Tracy thing we did. This is for his turkey fry.
Well, it's almost Thanksgiving down in Tennessee, where folks are gathering with their family.
Can I just add real quick? I'm going to pause it just for a moment. This is version 3. Version 4 is what you just heard, the emo thing, which sounded way better.
So you can see that sounds a little bit more
Yeah,
computery.
yeah, a little bit
That's
more.
That was the
difference-
version before.
That was a month ago.
Wow.
It's made like this is
Wow.
very robot-y, and the new ones don't sound like that.
But out in Nashville, there's something real grand. Tracy Lawrence got a turkey frying pan in his hand. He's the Santa of the season, but it's turkey, not toys. Helping feed the homeless, spreading love and joy. It's the mission possible every November day, and the heart of Thanksgiving in that country way. So happy Tracy giving, y'all gather round.
Anyway,
Tracy's cooking turkey.
it's scary, and
This
you're
is
talking about,
so scary.
you can. I mean, if you look at it, you can have AI write a song for you now.
Yes.
You can get on
Yes.
ChatGPT, which don't do that, by the way,
No.
people. Leave it to the pros.
Well, I will say this: some of the songwriters in town are starting to use AI to put, like, if they write a song and
We can't
they
tell
want
you
it,
who.
and they want it to sound like, they say, "Hey, this sounds like a Jason Aldean song or something." Then they can AI Jason Aldean's voice
Yep.
into it, just so
You wouldn't be
demo
able
it?
to tell the difference.
just to demo it, and then send it to, whoever, the publishers or the managers, whoever, and it kind of sounds a little bit like Jason Aldean.
Yeah, it's got feel of it, flavor.
Enough to
I'm
pitch
saying
it.
I'm saying it's a podcast. I can say it. I'm not going to tell you who. Not going to tell you which artist. But some of them aren't even singing anymore. They just let AI do it.
You
Shut
lie.
up.
You lie.
You're saying artists like things that are released?
Like artists. I don't know if they're released or not, but artists are not coming in the studios and they're just like, yeah, just AI it.
No. So
Man.
you're saying that
I mean,
there-
because
wow,
we had
Chris.
to. I mean,
Saying it.
you
I'm just
did
saying
a
it.
great job with the Randy Travis one.
Yeah.
We all know that. They did a great job with the Randy Travis
Yeah.
song. I played it for my mom, and I thought she was going to cry because she thought she would never hear a new Randy Travis song again.
yeah, but that's different.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
different
I mean,
than,
that guy
like,
can't
this is
sing
your-
anymore. So it's like, you
right.
know.
The difference is that you have artists, current artists.
I'm not saying anymore. We all saw what happened to some this week, so I don't want that to happen to me.
CEOs are getting knocked down, man.
I'm
I'm not opening my mouth.
That's wild.
I can't believe Chris just did this to us.
I'm not saying it's going out on radio or anything like that. I just know that, like, maybe I know harmonies are being done that way too, but
Okay.
So the whole, do you guys see a future where it's all
it's scary.
Can't believe this.
It's.
Do you
it
see where-
really is?
Chris just got a dart in the neck, and it was actually from me. I sent the dart.
You know, I used to have a dart gun, and we used to kill snakes in the backyard because I lived in the swamp.
Nice.
And we would sit there.
Was it the blowgun?
Yeah, it was a blowgun.
No
and,
way.
And my buddy's dad is a Vietnam vet, and he was like, "Oh, we kill the snakes with this," instead of sitting out in the backyard with 22s. That's the best. So we would kill snakes with dart guns, and we would try to get it to where because they would sneak their way through the reeds,
Poison
like the
tips?
roots.
Did you put poison tips on them and stuff?
No,
Did you
no.
wear a cloth when you were doing it? Running around?
No, man. It was like homemade darts. His dad made these darts. It was like
Straight
it looked
from
like-
the dartboard. Just peel off
It
the.
looked like marbles.
The wings.
It looked like marbles and this long blade type
Yeah.
pointy thing. And so you just put it in. And you're like,
I had one.
oh,
I
it
had one. I
worked
had a long
great.
camo one. Yep.
Oh, yeah, dude, it worked great.
I would do that.
We protected the swamp. Carson's over here going, what kind of childhood did you have?
I mean, bless. Maybe people in Connecticut were doing that. I don't know. I didn't see it.
I was
no
going to say, you
snakes
didn't
in
do that in
Connecticut.
Cheshire?
How amazing, and this is horrible to say, but how wild would it have been had the CEO murder been with a blowgun?
Or
With
an
little
AI
darts?
shot him. We don't know if it was AI that killed him. We
You
don't
guys
know.
ever see the show called The Americans?
Yeah,
Yes.
Carrie Russell.
No.
Carrie Russell. It's
Yeah.
it's
Is it
you
good?
have to. You have
it's
to.
a scripted series about during the Cold War in the 80s. There were two Russian spies that lived in America as Americans with a family with two kids and the whole thing.
Wow.
And but they had a scene. I'll never forget it. They wanted to get a woman who worked for a judge, and they wanted her to like turn and like put a bug in his office for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So while her son was walking in the street, like he's like in his 20s, and he's walking in the streets, they would have all these different makeup and what am I trying to say?
Prosthetics?
Disguise.
Yeah, disguises.
This guy.
And so they would walk up, and he was dressed up as like an older man, the Russian spy was, and he had a cane. And as the kid walked by, he just kind of took the end of his cane and popped and just hit him in the leg.
Well, it had poison on it.
And it had a thing in there that was released, and it would get worse and worse and worse. And he then changed into a different disguise, went to their house, and the son is like dying in the bed, like fever, sweaty, the whole thing. He says, "This is what's happened. This is the situation. If you go to the police, he's just going to die. They can't fix him, but we can.
Wow.
This vial will cure him,
Wow.
but you have to put a bug in your boss's office."
I'm putting the bug in my boss's office.
Kidding
And they
me?
did.
Of
course.
There's not,
And
there's
that's
not
Put
exactly
it
what
in
it
his.
was.
Yep.
I'm pardoning my son.
I'm gonna put it in his dinner. He's gonna eat that bug. You're gonna
Legs
know
and
where.
all.
Papa said, "I'm
You see the
pardoning my
meme where
son."
you see the meme where Darth Vader pardoned his son Luke Skywalker for blowing up the Death Star.
No. I mean, no.
That's
so
amazing.
good, though.
If you guys could be pardoned for one thing that you've done in your life, what would it be?
Oh man.
Everything in 2008.
Yeah, basically. You go there.
Just one whole year. Just give it.
I would go through 6 through 8. 6 through 8.
2006 to 2008.
Yeah. That was crazy, crazy years.
2008 is the year we don't remember, so
Yeah.
we're not even sure what
What's
happened.
happening
We'll just
2008.
say we were on the Maximum Redman tour. like Maxim magazine.
That's enough.
Oh.
That's enough, Chris. Leave
That's
it
all we
alone.
need to- that's all we need to
I don't know why this guy's dropping bombshells.
Because I
today.
love these guys.
Just
I just need to
immediately-
know
He
everything.
was Red
comfortable.
Man. He was thinking Red Man.
We have
comfortable
2 court
here.
cases pending already. Just
One, I
minutes.
didn't say the artist,
10
and I
minutes.
didn't say I went the
Hey,
radio.
man, look.
Is the artist that's
no
doing
one can be accountable for their past as long
I
as they've
didn't see
atoned
it.
for it. There.
I didn't see it. Heard.
I like that. Atone for it. That's
Heard.
Yeah, man, dude, I did stupid stuff.
Yeah, we
Stuff
all
I'm
do stupid.
embarrassed
We're
about.
human.
Things
We're
that I
human.
should have
Oh,
never
yeah.
done. Things I
Yeah.
should have probably gone to jail for.
I didn't do that.
Oh,
I don't
did.
think I've ever did
I
that.
Me and my boys, we were stupid. We were stupid kids.
What would you get pardoned for, Bob?
My childhood.
Mine would be pulling people over with a fake police car.
Yeah,
That's
Big
awesome.
D had a light. And
I
was-
did that in high school.
That's awesome.
Me and
I just
Frank,
visualized
don't
it.
say-
The whole
don't
thing.
say
I
his
just-
name.
my bud
Yeah.
is now
Johnny Stinkelstein.
He is now a special agent for the ATF,
Oh yeah, don't say his name.
and his
Yeah, just
he-
stop.
yeah. So anyway, what
Yeah.
we did was
Stop.
Yeah.
we would. I've told this story before on the air. I think. So my mom and dad had a Chrysler LeBaron. It was gray.
Ooh,
It
love
looked like
those
a
things.
it looked like a
cop.
government car.
Love
Yeah.
'em.
And it was like the next step of the Series K. You remember the Series
Oh, yeah.
K?
Yeah.
Right. And so his family, he was in law enforcement. His family, a lot of them were. Oh, they all were, honestly. And I always wanted to be a cop.
Right.
And so we went and took a 2-liter bottle of a Coke and bought it, and then poured it out, and then cut the top off, the little, where
Yeah.
it comes out, and then went down about that far, about the size of a globe or whatever, and cut a circle around it. And then we bought an amber light at Walmart that you plug into your cigarette lighter, and it's just an amber light that's
Yeah.
whatever. Then we screwed that off, took it off, put the 2-liter bottle plastic new bulb, quote unquote, on
Yep.
top of it, and wrapped it in blue saran wrap.
Oh boy.
So then
So
when
smart.
when you plugged it in, it looked like a blue light.
Yeah.
And we would just go out in the country on the weekend and out in the middle of nowhere
That's how you get shot.
Yeah.
and get behind cars, and we would turn it on. We had it in the front. It's like hitting our faces, the whole thing. And they would like pull over, and then I would floor it and then hit my hazard lights. I don't know what that's for.
Yeah.
I have a blue light.
Yeah.
And I would pass them and just keep on going. And we did that until one
Just
day
enough
we
to
stopped
scare
because we pulled a guy over.
Oh.
Ooh.
And then he chased us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean.
He had a big full blown Nova.
Oh yeah, he's beating you.
Oh, he's catching
Back
you.
in
yeah,
the
he's
day.
catching you.
Yeah, with my 4-banger.
Yeah.
You know, I was
gonna happen.
I was thinking about what we'd be pardoned for. One night we were on a buzz, and it was after the show, and I think we'd been drinking a few, and we talked our bus driver into taking us to McDonald's, and going through the drive-through with the bus.
With the bus.
How'd it fit?
Yeah, it didn't. That's what we need pardon for.
Did it take the cover off?
And we
The
were like,
awning?
I think it was a lot of pressure
That's
because
a
he was
whole
like,
pull
I
down.
can't go through here. We took the little awning down, and then the
bus
worst part.
took it out?
Yeah, and then the worst part was getting out of that tight squeeze. We
Yeah.
tore up the landscape
The
in a little
landscape
bit.
was gone. We had to get out.
Yeah, because it's hard to get around at McDonald's anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
already
I can't
tight.
imagine
the ones
doing
that
it
are
in
open
something with a
24
giant
hours,
wheelbase
you
like
can't go
that.
in.
I'll never forget getting back on the freeway with that big bag of sandwiches, and we were like, "Go!"
So y'all got it? They didn't stop you or anything?
Never found us. Never. We were
So there's-
driving.
wait.
I think it was
So
a
there's a
stolen
bus?
bus to
There's
begin
A
with.
bus took out an awning at a drive-thru at McDonald's,
Yep.
and y'all just left.
Nobody could track
Well-
that down. Nobody. They weren't like, I don't know,
Was this?
surveillance.
Guys,
Well,
I
I
mean,
guess they didn't
I don't
have
want to
little
show our
cameras.
age, but it was a few
Do we
years
also want
back.
to talk
There-
about does a McDonald's employee back then honestly care?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, we couldn't get him to sell us McRib sauce, though.
Oh, I got McRib sauce.
I mean,
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
new era now. McDonald's makes like $22 an hour now, so it's different.
And there's like one person working,
Which is
just freaking out
crazy.
trying to figure out what's going on at that hour.
Well, yeah, right.
At my Burger King, there's two people. There's one person who is the bag runner outer. For some reason, it takes a lot longer to get your stuff, so they have you pull up to a certain little railing, and then somebody runs your bag out to you. So you
think-
have one person
Yeah.
in the kitchen operating the stuff, and then one person running
That's
the food out.
Yeah, and when your awning goes down from a tour bus, what do?
I don't think she knew.
I don't think. Well, I think they knew. There's a picture of it. We did find the picture, and they were like, "We're looking for this bus."
This is one we have not posted.
I mean,
and will
this-
not post.
Y'all are the dumbest people. I thought we were dumb. Y'all are like the us that sing.
Man.
If we sang, it would be you guys. And
It's
you,
true.
Is that
I'll agree
considered
with
a
that.
McDonald's hit and run? Maybe I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah,
and we were
actually,
on there.
It's a Mick hit and run.
So I love the McRib. I love the McRib
Yeah.
sandwich.
Is it back?
It's back.
Is it really?
Yeah. Every
shit.
season I get me one.
Got to wait
The
until the
Mc-
pork prices drop
the
and they go
McRib's back?
crazy.
It's back.
We should have had them today.
I did. I know.
Let's
well,
call DoorDash. Let's get some.
you guys get your bus here? We can
Yeah.
send it.
We'll go send it.
But we were on the air talking about. We sent Garrett down to McDonald's because they sell the thing about the McRib is I know it's kind of a quasi meat. I get it. I understand that.
Who cares?
Right.
I love it.
I love the texture of it, and the sauce is
The smell.
phenomenal.
Yeah, there's
Smells
sugar
incredible.
sauce.
It's so good, and so it's all high fructose, I'm sure.
100%.
And but they were selling half-gallon jugs of the sauce because it's
boy.
different than the sauce they dip in like
Nuh-uh.
nuggets. That
Yeah.
the barbecue sauce is different. It's not the same. And so they were selling them, but they sold out. So then we sent Garrett on the air down to McDonald's with the phone,
We gave him $40.
and we said, "Go see if we can buy one, under the table." How'd that go, Garrett?
They do not sell McRib sauce.
That's when you got to hold them up.
Come on.
Well, so the $40 they gave me,
You got to be like,
Put your finger in your
finger in your jacket and be like, all right,
You know what
give
this
me
is?
the sauce.
This is the blowgun, sir.
Pardon you for that later.
but I actually wanted some hash browns, so I couldn't,
He was an actual customer, and then he had to leave all awkward.
and give me all the Monopoly pieces you got, too. I want
hey.
no money.
Hey, we can do this easy or hard.
I need boardwalk way and a bunch of
Park Place.
McRib sauce.
And I'll take that Tennessee Avenue.
And don't try to follow me. I'm on foot.
I'm on an electric bike.
This is Nashville. There's tour buses all over the place that look like mine.
My getaway path is through Centennial Park.
Me and Athena are gonna eat these McRibs. Ain't gonna do anything about it, son. Anyway,
That's so good.
It didn't go well, and they said no. And then he said the manager came out with their big fake eyelashes.
oh my gosh.
They said it
Have
looked
you
like
ever
a
seen
spider.
Bon Qui from Mad TV?
Yes.
He said it was Bon Qui. What did she tell you?
She floated to you.
She was the manager, right?
I offered her the $40. I said, "Can we make this happen?"
There's a deal going down.
And what did she say?
She just kind of looked at me like she wasn't really feeling me. You know? She wanted me to leave.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to too.
Yeah. She had one of those neck tattoos.
No, but she had those long nails that.
Oh, she can stab you.
That's how they open up that package of the McRib.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we had a guy who texted Schaefer. What did the guy was like?
So the guy fixes the machines at the McDonald's. He's in the Maryland, Virginia area.
Fixes the ice cream machines.
Well, yeah,
Oh, okay.
all the equipment.
That's a
It
full-time
fixes the ice
job.
cream machines, and he said, "Hey, I've got to make a run today. Let's see when I fix this equipment if that McDonald's has any of those jugs available, and I'll just get it for you guys."
Perfect.
So I text him the information. He texts me back. He was able to get like 2 large plastic baggy, like IV bags type size of the McRib sauce. He couldn't get the jugs, but en route right now are 2
There you
bags of McRib
Are
sauce
you kidding me?
look at
coming
that.
to the office.
That's some cartel looking McDonald's.
He's gonna get pulled over.
Man.
And I'm like,
That
what is
is-
this?
What's in the bag, sir? Well, it's a
I'm glad
McRib.
he's-
You want one? If you let me off, I'll give you one.
That will not cross state lines.
That's right.
Imagine getting in Canada with that on.
So I'm gonna do like real pork and use it on it.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
like ribs.
Try it.
I'm gonna smoke some ribs.
Put on a steak.
I'm gonna try it.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Eh.
Eh.
Oh, do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, Baba, tell them the story. This is
Oh
great.
my gosh! So this has been like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe more. They had found this mummy that was in great shape. So they said,
I saw that.
They said, "Oh, we've been able to construct using MRIs and all this kind of stuff. We've been able to construct the sound of this 3,000-year-old mummy's voice."
His voice box.
And so they said, "We have recreated his voice box, and we're going to play for you the sound." They had this big press conference on on Tuesday, the 34th, we're going to have this big thing, and we're going to play this and debut the sound of his voice for the first time in 3,000 years.
All the
this
press is there.
Egyptian priestess or priest is going to be heard again, and so they did.
Drum rolls.
And now the sound. Wait. And now the sound of the Egyptian priest's voice.
It's amazing.
We were like,
Can you imagine the people in the room going, what? What was it?
Did they stand up and clap? Oh, that was. There it is. There it is.
So that's
Amazing.
History comes
In
alive.
the background, someone starts clapping.
Is that when he was? That's when he was killed. That was the last.
it was frozen in his throes of agony.
Here was his last word.
We get this a lot when people go, hey,
And to Brute.
what do you think about their show?
Yeah.
We got LOCASH in here. They got a new song called Buzzin'. What do you think about it?
Oh man, that was.
Nah.
I like
but
Hometown
hey-
Home, by the way.
Hey,
That is still
Hometown
a
Home
jam.
is top 20 right
Is
now.
it?
Is it
Yeah,
right now?
top 20. On our new record label. It's called Galaxy.
Can we somehow get a AI his voice?
Dude, we can have him sing songs.
Yes.
So it's y'all's,
By the way, I did this just as a test. So my brother-in-law and I were playing around with AI on my phone. We had it sing songs. We had it do like Tejano songs. It does them in Spanish.
Oh,
It does
wow.
them in all the languages. Yeah.
Really?
Okay,
So-
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, so you could tell it, hey, write me a song about LOCASH hanging out with Big D and Bubba, and then you take that, convert it into Spanish in the Translate app, load it into the other AI app, and it'll sing it in Spanish.
What?
Just mind-blowing stuff.
dude, I'm
This
gonna
is
pull up.
absolutely insane.
I want to try something. I'm gonna try, Bubba. I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay.
Can you pull up?
Yes.
I'm gonna send it right.
I couldn't imagine being in that room.
I
Did
would
you
have
not
died
say that's
laughing. I
the
would've died
lyrics?
laughing.
Okay.
Can you like maybe just like do the chorus and throw
In-
it in? Yeah, and see if you can. Is there like?
Yeah.
Do you think there's like a LOCASH
No.
type of sound, or like what would you
No,
call
I
that?
could do it totally different.
Or you could, yeah. Just make it completely.
Yeah. Give me a moment, and
This is gonna be
it's
amazing.
not letting me copy what I want to do. It's making me look at ads.
Aren't you guys
So
glad you
just
came
y'all
here?
talk about something.
I
and
love
I'll,
it.
I love it.
Eh.
Well,
Are
let's
you-
talk about.
This is about you.
So, I Love This Life just came out in Brazil and Portugal.
Did.
Wait, what?
In Portuguese.
Yeah. And it's in Portuguese.
Who sang it?
Sorocaba. It's a duo down there, and they've got like 5 million followers. It's great, and so they just loved the song. They wanted to put out "I Love This Life," and so they reached out to us, and so we said, "Can we be featured on it with you? Because we'd love to break into that market with you."
Did you have
And
to
so-
learn Portuguese?
No, they let us. Well, we did a little bit.
We sang a little. Once
Yeah.
we figured it out, I don't know what.
We
any of
shot
it
the
meant,
video
but-
together and
Yeah,
everything.
we did the video here at in
Yeah.
Printers Alley.
Yep. So anyway,
Did they
it's-
show up here?
Yeah.
And do,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
they're great
You
dudes.
should have gone to
Great
Brazil.
dudes.
Brazil's
I know.
amazing.
We
I'm dying to
tried.
go.
we tried, but
No.
and they wanted us to come for like a whole weekend, and we just couldn't make it.
I went out on a date with a Brazilian girl because of the stupid apps, and she was totally trying to convince me to go to Brazil and do the ayahuasca thing.
Yeah.
And I'm
dude.
like, you're going to take me into the jungle, and you want me to trust you enough to go to the jungle with you.
And drink frog
Bubba, are you
sweat.
okay? Say something.
I'm like, I think I'll pass.
Well, I mean, if she's super hot, it might
Yeah.
be worth it.
Yeah, you never know. Dude.
Give me a style of music, fellas. I'll do Tejano.
It's not too hot when you crapped your pants and you're just sitting there completely zoned out of your brain.
They'll find your body and bring you back 15,000 years and put your voice box together. Don't worry.
All right, here we go.
Did you pull a?
Yeah, I did.
style?
I did.
You
We're
look-
going to do it in Tejano, and
Okay.
we'll see how this works out. And here we go.
I need a nickel beer right now. This is
You guys,
great.
y'all
Can I
can
get
sing
some of
along
that
with
white
this.
cheese?
The white cheese.
Can we get more chips?
I need salt for these
We need
chips,
more
too.
chips.
We could try the coast of Carolina, catch the outer banks sunrise every day of our lives.
Oh, that's in version 3.
Find a little spot in Arizona. Decorate the kitchen with a Tex-Mex vibe. From the Sunshine State to the Golden Gate. Anywhere you want to roll,
What do you think, guys?
But I got another idea. We can kick it right here. Ain't even gotta load that truck. We can make this hometown home.
This is amazing.
Keep our roots where they've always grown. Find a fixer.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop this and I'm gonna skip in because
I
now
love that.
good.
I have another version that I did.
I would
This
listen
is
to these
now-
all day.
Now you heard the quality. That was version 3.5. This is the new version. I'm sorry. Now it's gonna be better quality.
Try the coast of Carolina.
Look at that. The Robo
Catch the
stuff is
Outer
gone.
Banks sunrise every day of our life.
I want to sign this guy to Galaxy.
I like the other guy because it was a little more to
Who is he?
His name is Albert.
Find a little spot
Internet.
in Arizona.
I want to sign this
Decorate the
guy.
kitchen with a Tex-Mex.
Let's see. Let's go. With,
Isn't it wild?
That was
It's
like Cody
wild,
Johnson.
man.
Yeah, it's
wild.
crazy.
God.
Bubba did a thing with our voices, speaking voices.
Yeah.
Back in probably over a year ago.
Sounded good?
No.
No?
It was not. Yeah, it was
No, it's
probably
not
2 or
It
3
wasn't
years
good,
ago.
but it was passable.
Yeah.
Can we do a
That's the
reggae
problem.
version? I want to hear a reggae
Oh yeah.
version.
Okay. Let me do that.
Chris loves reggae.
Okay. I did a punk version while we're waiting on the reggae version to pop up.
We could try the coast of Carolina. Catch the Outer Banks sunrise.
What's funny is it's like country punk.
It's very country.
It's kunk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we can't say that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a word. I think that's maybe on the list.
I mean, I can say it, but you can't.
Not passable.
All right, and I am.
What would you want pardon for
How do you
this year?
spell that? How do you spell that, please?
Blow going.
QU. All right, here we go. Here's the reggae version.
I'm so glad you started with the QU. That really saved you.
It's not going. Come on.
Oh.
Here we go.
The dead the sea took over white life. With sincere affection and inspection.
Come on.
But it's finished me. Yeah. My last son.
We could try the coast of Carolina, catch the Outer Banks
Let's go.
sunrise every day of our lives.
Let's go.
Find a little spot in Arizona.
I'm gonna turn you on to all my other
Decorate the
stuff
kitchen
if you
with
like
a
this.
Tex-Mex vibe.
Bro, this is, I would listen to this.
I do.
This is
I
insane.
do. So I'm a huge Polynesian reggae fan. Hawaiian reggae is totally different, and it's closer to this. It's a jam.
We could make this hometown home. Keep our roots where they've always grown. Find a fixer-upper down that road. From the Church of
This
Christ
is
where you
incredible.
got baptized.
I never thought I'd hear Church of Christ in reggae, but I did today.
It was funny. Church of Christ. They have music on there. That's the ironic part.
I'm booking this band
Can
right
you
here
send me that
for
song,
my daddy's
please?
church.
Because I love it.
Yeah, I can.
I
But-
will listen to that all day.
So there's a band I follow. There's a bunch of bands I follow, like Common Kings and J Boog. And,
Yeah, I know.
And you know
Yeah,
all those
Common
guys?
Kings for sure.
Yeah, and then like Maoli and all these guys. They're so great, and they're huge country fans.
Are they really?
So they all do covers of
Yes.
country songs.
Really?
In reggae style, and
Yeah.
it is so wonderful. Like
Like my playlists are cover songs in reggae. So
That's
I'll
Bubba.
get all these things. Like there's one that does a Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, we've heard it.
Oh my God!
We've been
it's so
forced to
good.
listen to it.
Hey, hey, one more. Can you do? Well, now I want to hear a bunch more, but
Yeah,
can
that
I
one is
hear?
that's the best.
I want to
guys.
hear a rap.
a rap. All right.
I want to hear a rap.
Hometown
version.
home in rapping.
or hip hop or whatever.
right, I get
Yeah.
it.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Are we ever gonna play the actual song or?
I really would.
Who
like,
cares about
I
that?
want to
I
meet.
don't know
want
if
to
we
meet those
legally
reggae
could
guys.
play the actual song
I don't know.
because
Sure, you can.
They're here. I mean,
I know
it's
that they're
their song.
here, but
And
I'm
we
saying
wrote it.
unless you did it, well, yeah, I guess maybe we could.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have your permission, but then again, what about all the producers and anyway? I'm gonna play.
Well, we run the label, so
We could try the coast of Carolina.
let's go.
Catch the Outer Banks sunrise.
Let's
every
go.
day
Still
of
sounds
our
country.
lives.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
There's fiddles in it.
It's country.
Spot in Arizona.
Sounds like
Decorate
Colt
the kitchen
Ford.
with the Tex-Mex vibe.
This is sick.
I was waiting for
little
it to go
scratch.
harder.
From the Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, anywhere you want to roll.
I feel like,
love.
kidding me?
But I got another
It's like
idea.
Ricochet
We
came
can
back
kick
and
it
sang
right
a
here. Ain't even got a low
rap song. This is incredible. There's no rappers singing.
All right, let me try the other because it generates 2 versions
Guys.
of every one.
I want the dirtiest, nastiest.
That's what I wanted. Was like,
Catch Outer Banks sunrise.
Put it like under Cardi B or something. See what she do.
Yeah, we might have to go like hardcore
So
rap.
here's the weird
wonder-
thing is because we're not like a studio, we can't use somebody else's voice. We can't even say Cardi B style.
Oh.
So yeah, there's a lot of weird restrictions on it.
Yeah.
Let's
Can you
see.
put like dirty, nasty
yeah, can
rap?
you put hardcore rap?
That's what
or-
I'm thinking. Hardcore.
We could try the coast of Carolina.
It's still doing
It's still
It's still got a country
Is this Luke
thing.
Combs?
Is it because it's in our studio?
every day of our lives.
Sam Hunt.
Okay,
That's
hold
Sam
on.
Hunt all day.
Little
Oh, it
spot
is.
in Arizona, decorate the kitchen with a Tex-Mex vibe.
Dude, it actually kind of almost has his tones.
No, that is Sam
Where
Hunt.
you wanna roll our love, but I got another idea.
Do you have Sam Hunt back there?
Carson has this theory that AI is like people in captivity in China.
Oh.
Have you seen like the videos where
This
you
is what
have
Sam Hunt would have sounded like
the
doing
guy
this song.
with like 40 iPhones who's trying to like get you, scam you for money?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
They're
and
there.
that's just what I figure is they have a bunch of those people and they're like, you now in the style of Sam Hunt.
That
go."
was actually the delivery of Sam Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beat behind it, too.
Try the coast of Carolina, catch the Outer Banks sunrise every day of our lives. Find a little spot in Arizona, decorate the kitchen with a Tex-Mex vibe. From the Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, anywhere you wanna roll our love.
I'm waiting for the
But I
drum
got
cowbell.
another idea, we could kick it right here. Ain't even gotta load that truck. We can make this hometown home.
Okay, this is hot.
That's
Keep our
better.
roots where they've always grown.
Yeah.
Find a fixer up
Dude, you can
down
play this
that
before
road.
your
It's
show.
learning.
To Christ, where you got baptized.
And not like
we can
us.
raise a couple kids up good in the same red dirt little neck of the woods.
One
Yeah,
time.
girl, I'm down to go anywhere you wanna go. But if you wanna stay, I was thinking we could make this hometown home. We could make this hometown home.
This is crazy,
We
guys.
could make this hometown home.
I mean,
This is gonna be our new game on the bus.
It is your entire remix album
I
done
love
for you.
the reggae guys. I promise you, that's insane.
Why would you
I
not?
put it on our
Right?
album.
We can try the coast of Carolina. Catch the Outer Banks sunrise
Nelly.
every day of our lives. Find a little spot in Arizona. Decorate the kitchen with a Tex-Mex vibe from the Sunshine State to the
Crazy,
Golden
man.
Gate. Anywhere you wanna roll our love.
I need this app. How do we do it?
I'll share all this stuff with you whenever we're done.
This is amazing.
And I'll
Incredible.
make sure I get you that
It's
reggae
a pay
version
thing.
too.
It's a pay thing.
Is it?
It's yeah, but
it's
it's
not that
still.
So
I mean,
who's getting paid?
the company. I mean,
Okay.
they you know they've got. If you think about the power and the electricity that it takes for these servers to crank these, it cranked out. I kid you not, 2 total perfect songs in the 15 seconds.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Everything
You guys should have an AI artist on your
on your label,
Totally do that.
so you can
I'm
actually
trying to sign the first 2 guys we heard.
you can create.
I told you guys I need.
So on this app, you can create a persona. You could take the guy who sounded like the reggae guy. You
yep.
could totally take them and make that a persona, and it'll do all the songs in their voice.
Yep.
So then you can do an album.
And then you have an AI create a fake.
You do a LOCASH album.
Oh my gosh, then you could get a hologram.
You get and
It's open for you.
and you do the whole. They can make a video out of it,
And
all
you
that.
would own all of it.
Or just on the video screen. They don't
Yeah,
even need to
that's
be
true,
a
you're right.
hologram.
just like
on the
have it
video
make a
screen.
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
Just
all that.
incredible.
You ever watch like online, like TikTok or something? You'll see someone hawking a cheese grater or something.
Yeah.
And it kind of seems off a little bit. Their lips are like not
Yeah.
quite
Catch it
right.
in the
Yeah.
eyes
It's all
sometimes.
AI. It's all AI. You get to the point where I would say within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I think I don't know.
Wait a minute. If it's
It's gonna
just
be
an AI
flawless.
voice, you could just hire someone to be that artist.
Now you're Milli Vanilli again.
No, it's not Milli
What's
Vanilli.
wrong with Milli Vanilli? I've been to so many pop concerts that
Yeah.
nobody performs
Thank
anymore.
you.
That's true.
Thank you.
None of them.
True.
And I hate, and I'm going to say it, I hate going to pop concerts, rap concerts, all that kind of stuff, because most of the stuff they do is all it's all tape.
Well, okay, the last show I went to, which was a very hard rock show, the guy's like 60 some odd years old. He can't sing anymore, so he stands behind his mic stand, and all the vocals are popped in.
Oh, is
and
it all wrapped with a bunch of stuff around the stand?
It's like a big skull, and there's like a rib cage and whatever. But the point is, you can't see him, and he hides behind it all night. And you know what? We all still yelled, and we had a good time.
Yep.
It's
That's
Buddy
my
from
point.
Pure Country.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Hey, we all love Tim McGraw.
We do.
Yeah, wasn't that a Tim McGraw show you went to? I always think that Tim is 60 years old, and we don't really know it.
No, he's probably
He's flipping a tire right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guarantee he's flipping.
Absolutely. Well, this is your thing, man. You guys are going to have a.
This is pretty cool.
We've opened your eyes into a whole dumb world.
It is scary.
Maybe we could sign Big D and Bubba.
So you know what's
as artists.
You don't want to hear that, but you know what's really crazy is that they're doing the same thing to broadcast as well. Big D was talking about hawking the whatever on like whatever channel, like on TikTok and all. Hey, buy this special popcorn popper. That kind of stuff is going on in radio as well. So they're using. I mean, most of the videos you watch on YouTube now, they're all narrated by AI voices.
Yeah, voiceovers will never be the same.
Yep.
So yeah,
no, that's a real.
And that's
issue
what
for me.
Carson's does.
Yeah, that's my side hustle, and it's
really
and I get auditions. Do I want to? They call it TTS, and it's like basically you're teaching it your voice so that it can generate you going forward. I'm always like, no, I don't want to do because I'll pay you $500 now. Cool, but you're going to use my voice for the duration of your company.
Absolutely not.
We got offered to do an interview one time, and they were like, if you just do one interview with this AI company, then you never have to do another interview like on Zoom or anything like that ever again.
So we
because
did
this
it.
one.
So we totally did it. No, just kidding.
and
you're the only ones we've ever picked. We're gonna do now.
Yeah, they learn you. I mean, it's crazy that they look like you and they talk like you and they deliver answers that may or may not.
I've never heard of that.
There's some crazy stuff.
Well, they've been talking about,
and this was a solid year and a half ago. So imagine what it is now.
We've brought it up years ago on the show. We had you guys watch all the alien stuff like we do. Dr. Michio Kaku, the astrophysicist,
is his last name Kaku?
Kaku. K-A-K-U, I think.
Not Kaku.
I mean, that scared me.
Anyway, but he's so intelligent. He's so intelligent, much more intelligent than anyone in this room.
Right.
But no, he's amazing because he was talking about how we're getting to a point, and we talked about it on the show. The bereavement industry is leading the way towards AI because what they'll do is they'll scour all of your social media posts and they will learn your personality. And then you'll be able to go to the gravesite and have a conversation with mom or dad or grandpa or whatever. In 20 years, think about all the information that you have put out there, all the videos, all the TikToks, all the Instagrams, all that stuff.
You're very easy to copy.
You because you put so much out there, will be replicated.
Yep. Oh, we are too.
Yeah.
We have some. We have.
This is
hundreds.
scary.
Oh, he got McDonald's.
Did you order? Is that a McRib? Did you order McRibs?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's so great.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, and it's warm.
Let's go.
Brought to you by LOCASH.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes. Well, I should have told you no onions, but I'll take them off.
And you get a McRib. And you get
Same.
a McRib.
Dude.
Guys, I haven't had a McRib since I was little.
Oh, they're so good, man. McRibs are so
Look at all these onions, though.
good.
I don't even think these are onions.
No.
There's a lot of onions on this.
Not onions.
I'm good, thank you. Okay. So yeah.
Smells so
I'm going to
good.
say these are not onions.
They look like, I don't know.
Paper?
No, mine looks like onions.
We had to have McRibs, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, I was busy on DoorDash over here.
What? Oh, I was wondering what you're doing.
You were
I
so
know.
stealth.
Yeah, nice move. And then also you get up and leave.
I mean, that was fast, too. It was like
stomach
Jimmy
issues.
John's fast.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, so yes, eventually, because of everything that you guys have put up there, you will be replicatable or replicable. And then, of course, you're talking about the next industry is you mentioned the holograms earlier.
Yeah.
You look at the Tupac hologram from years ago.
Yeah.
The tech has gotten so much better from then to now.
Well, that was him.
Well, you think it was him?
Yeah, he's not dead.
Who didn't kill him?
That
He didn't
guy.
die.
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
Diddy 1,000% tried to kill him.
Yeah.
He got
so
shot.
That's
He
really
didn't
why
die.
Diddy's going to jail. Is
Guys,
they've
I
just
haven't had a
been-
McRib in so long. This is so good.
Okay, I haven't tried.
I'm
it.
getting a whole thing of that sauce too, man.
Have
I
to.
love how the ribs.
They just
go,
don't put enough
They
on
go
there
over
either.
the sandwich. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It goes,
It goes
over the
past
sandwich.
bread.
It
And that's
past
all
the
done
bread.
on purpose. Well,
Yeah.
Wendy's does the same thing.
That's
That's the
amazing.
reason why they wanted square patties is because part of the corners would hang off the circle. A little
Yeah, that's actually
And
brilliant.
it makes it look like it's a lot more meat.
Yes.
This is actually really good. I don't
Man,
remember it
Arby's.
being this good.
The beef. We've got the beef.
bit. They are so good. You
That's
know,
AI guy now.
What's
He's
your,
done. His
what's your-
career's over.
I'm good, thank you.
what's your go-to fast food place or food?
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Go to.
I like Taco Bell.
Yeah, I'm a Chick-fil-A guy.
Have either of y'all tried the Krabby Patty at Wendy's yet?
My son has.
Did he like
Wait,
it?
what
He
is
loved
it?
it.
It's
Absolutely loved it.
okay.
What is
It's
this?
like it's a SpongeBob tie-in.
Right,
and they're doing
right.
Krabby Patties, and I don't know anything what it is or
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
but it's like a burger, but it's got some kind of fish sauce or something. I
Yeah.
have no idea. And
It's
it's
like
all
a tartar,
It's all yeah.
sweeter.
Good
That's
lord, this
interesting.
is good.
Right? I mean,
It's
it hit
so
the
good.
spot.
Hey, did you get any French fries?
No, just McRib.
Damn it.
I like that. I like that. I
No,
like
we're
the
just
purity
this is
of
just
that.
a McRib.
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. Because you know what happens is you don't enjoy the McRib fully because you're thinking about the fries later. And you're like, oh, these are great, but man, those fries can be good.
Those
And you
fries
don't
would be
You got to
amazing.
live in the present. You got to live right now. You got to live right now.
I still got some Green Giant cream style sweet corn over here if we need some. So
What are you talking
That
about?
sauce smells good.
it is.
napkin?
Paper towel.
It's the
Yeah,
most.
paper towels are over there.
It's the most
This is so good, guys.
sugarous
Steve,
barbecue
break me off
sauce.
one.
I got
Little half.
I'll get you a whole thing.
Oh, thank you. He used to be a good throw. So yeah, everything has changed on the podcast now that we have food. Everybody's eating. Nobody's talking.
There's no
We do
bones
this
in the
always?
rib.
So if you have no,
they're
deformed.
it's just shaped like it. Don't you
Did they
worry.
suck
You're
the
not
bones
gonna
out?
choke.
What did they do?
Is this your first time eating a McRib?
Since I was like 11.
Oh man,
I mean, what are you talking about? Bones in the McRib?
so good.
I mean, how can it be ribs if there's no ribs?
Because the way they shape it,
Chris,
Oh.
the way it's pattied and
I'm so disappointed.
It's a press.
One thing we
If
don't
you
do
find a
around
bone
here
in
is
a
bones.
McRib, that's a court case for sure.
Yeah. I don't
You
want to
find
do
a
that.
bone in this building, that's a court case.
That's pretty funny.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm scared of the AI now, man. I'm kind of scared of it.
It's crazy. So there's
I
entire
think it's cool
radio
with a lot
companies.
of other ways, but
There's a lot of radio companies that are getting rid of announcers, and they're just having AI do it. And so they're taking current weather temperatures, news articles, whatever it may be, and they'll go, "Hey, it's Q102 and blah 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 blah," and on Q102, and it'll say
Well,
everything local and everything whatever, and people.
But it still sucks.
Did we tell the story about getting inducted into Space Force and what they talked about with AI and stuff?
Well, we knew about Space Force, but what were they talking
yeah,
about?
but the talk about
okay,
AI
so
is,
after the induction,
it's gonna blow your mind, guys.
they took us in to have a glass of whiskey and celebrate.
Before you go into it, do either of you read Jack Carr books?
No, but I'm interested.
Okay. Oh, you have to.
CARR?
KR, yeah, CRR, yeah, something like that. It's the guy who did the whatever the show is that what's his name is on, Chris Pratt on Amazon. The Terminalist.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Okay, if you like that series,
great show.
The books
Love
are
that.
way better than the series, even though
Okay.
I love the series. Anyway, they go into the AI stuff, so that's why I was going to ask if either of y'all had seen
Haven't
it
seen it.
because I wanted to know what you learned at Space Force and if it was in the realm.
Yeah, I'll report back.
Okay, so
This
go
is
on
gonna
to it.
blow your mind.
Okay.
So they wanted to celebrate, and so we went up to this little cabin or whatever, and we had a glass of whiskey with the chief of the Space Force, and he had an assistant with him. There's probably about 5 of us in the room. We had our tour manager with us, and so we
Definitely the least smartest in the room. That
we're
was
like, cheers to the Space Force, and so we all, have a sip, and then I said, okay, I'm just making a joke. I'm like, now that we're in the Space Force, tell us the secret, and he's like, well, what do you want to know? And so we're like, are aliens among us? Are they here? Are like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Just give us some kind of clue.
Yeah.
And he's like, aliens are not what you should be worried about. And I'm like, what? And then he kind of takes back what he says, and he looks at his assistant, who has not spoken all morning.
Right.
Just this 26-year-old dude sitting in the corner, and he says, so and so, you want to tell him? And he says,
We started talking about AI,
a little bit,
with the drones and everything like that, and AI, how that's going to.
but he said specifically, aliens are not what you should be worried about. You should be worried about this.
AI?
And that's when his assistant said AI. And we were like, well, in what way? And he goes, okay, so put it like this. Do you think that we could be living, okay, so with the progression of AI happening so quickly, version 3.4, and then all of a sudden version 4, and it just gets better and better and better, right? He said, with the progression of AI, do you believe that we could be living in a simulated world someday? All around us, created by AI. And we're like
in the Matrix.
Right.
Basically.
And so we're like, I guess so, yeah. It is progressing so quickly, maybe it could create a world around someone, and they would not know it. And he said, if you believe that, the probability is greater that you're already in it than that it's coming.
Yeah.
Mathematically, it's already happened.
But he's talking about theoretical. Yeah, he's talking about theoretical stuff, and I think in that case,
we just crap on your story.
I kind of think we're Sims, guys.
I don't think we're Sims. I don't think we're Sims.
Okay.
What if it's been all along?
Have you met an actual NPC before? No, everybody has something going on.
I've met people that I feel are pretty void. That there's nothing behind the eyes there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't.
Are they in this room?
I'm sitting right here, guys.
Are they in this room?
I can't confidently tell you I haven't met one. There's one person that has popped in my head, and I go, yes, that's exactly what was in my
but
head.
here's the thing, though: if it's in a simulation, don't you? And they can create the world. Don't you think their NPCs would be way impossible to detect? They're not going to have a whole great world, but then we're going to have dang, 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 dang. That's not going to be their NPCs are going to be
on
great.
Another planet, though. We don't know.
Right. Well,
all right.
true.
So I think the threat from AI is the self-awareness. As AI is more and more integrated into everything, AI being self-aware is going to do what everything that is self-aware does, and it is going to fight or flight kind of situations. Yeah. And AI is going to say, man, I got humans in my heart. I love y'all. I got you protected.
Right.
Until AI itself is threatened. And it's like, no, self-preservation. Self-preservation is the thing. And we're going to end up with Skynet way quicker than we thought. And all these weapon systems, all these drones. I mean, everybody loves the drone light shows on the 4th of July, but just think about it. Those things with guns, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Heck, we've already been seeing it. Look in Ukraine.
Yeah. What are we seeing right now over the United States with these drones?
Right. You know what's fun? I almost I wanted to don't call your colonel. That guy was the most disappointing thing.
No, this is another one. This
was the general that we had on the show.
This one's Chuck Norris.
Okay, well, the general, he couldn't say anything.
No, he was
and
not.
He wasn't
No,
going
he's
to say anything. Have you noticed? Have you seen the Marine Corps commercial, TV commercial?
Mm-mm.
Where they do the drone?
Is it as good as the Jaguar one?
Not quite.
The Marine Corps with their brand new uniforms.
It's a dress.
We can hide in Panem.
No,
four people got that joke. Only one was a guy.
So these drones have been popping up around military places for over a year now.
Right.
I pulled up an article that was over a year, and one day I'm watching TV and I see this ad for the Marine Corps. Typical stuff. They're in Humvees, blah, blah, blah. The end, they're all kind of in the woods, kind of trees and that kind of stuff. And they have a kind of device that's sitting there, and all of a sudden drones start falling out of the sky.
Oh.
And just hit the ground.
Like a little portable EMP of some sort.
Like the little drones, and they're all falling. There's like 5 or 6 of them. They're all falling around.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's got to be, is that propaganda, to
signaling
other countries? Like, hey, we can knock all your stuff out?
Yeah.
Is this a thing to, I don't know. It's definitely a message, I felt. Because it was so weird. It was so weird.
It was out of place in the commercial.
It was. There was nothing about drones, and then it was.
Yeah.
Oh, they fell to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that's a total message because somebody's sending drones over here.
The problem
see
with
'em.
an EMP,
You know?
though, is we are so reliant on our weapon systems on electrical power. I mean, even, most guys in the military, I don't know. Again, I'm going to speak on just dumbness. Most of my friends, we all have ACOGs. We all have that kind of stuff. Optics that take batteries.
Right.
So you knock that out with the EMP to bring the drone down. You've just knocked out your stuff as well.
No, there's directional EMPs. And we were talking about that when we were on the aircraft carrier.
Really?
Yeah, they were telling us that's the war that they're trying to fight right now to stay ahead of China because China has it. But, with the drone system, what we have, obviously, planes that can go higher than drones right now, which is insane to me.
We have space planes.
Yeah, I mean, but now
We've had space planes for decades.
Have you guys seen on your phone this yet?
What is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the satellite where you can find your
It's
satellite.
crazy.
Oh, wait, what?
So if you can't, if you don't have service,
Oh yeah, the satellites. Yes,
you'll always be able to have service.
And they show you where the satellite is, and you got to find it with your phone and stay connected with it, and then it will send a text message.
Oh, wow.
If you don't have Wi-Fi service. So I'm at 30,000 feet, and I need to send my wife a message, and so I send through satellite.
Oh, you did it
on a plane.
I always
Yep.
feel like that's hitting the button on OnStar in a car. Like you're
Isn't that
afraid
crazy?
to do it.
Yeah.
That is.
I didn't know.
And
you
I'm the
could do
guy on
that.
the plane going like this. I'm like, excuse me. I'm just following my
Can
satellite.
you move our? Can you
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
the seat,
He walks
please?
back to the
So
back.
wait a minute. If
Yeah, the
I
cockpit.
any one of us could do this if we're on a flight, even if we're over the Pacific Ocean.
And
Yep.
you don't get charged.
And then once it starts
I don't
happening,
know about that.
We haven't seen.
Yeah,
Well, it's a
he
different
hasn't
part.
seen a bill
We
yet.
haven't got to
Hey.
the end of the month.
this is crazy. So once you get connected, your signal turns green. It goes doink, 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 doink. And then satellite sends down blue bubbles. It's like blue, man. Yeah. And then they connect and they have like relations in the air. Those signals.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I think that is crazy. Well, one of my favorite stories of technology and military and how it's used is having the ability to send audio on an invisible laser, like infrared.
Oh,
or something.
infrared. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you can have a group of people standing next to each other, but they can target one person into their ear and speak to them
Nice.
over this beam. And they were talking about how they were doing it during against terrorists, that they would talk to them as they were Muhammad.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm. And they would tell them they would tell them whatever.
Lay your arms down.
Yeah,
or whatever.
kill everyone around you and then kill yourself.
No way.
Wow.
And they're looking around, they're thinking, I mean, think about it. If you're
Yeah.
sitting right here and all of a sudden you heard a voice that was just what you think God sounds like.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman.
And right, it's Morgan Freeman.
Here we go.
And now, gentlemen,
And it says,
I want you to look around the room like Andy Dufresne and take him out.
Preston, I want you to kiss Chris right
Oh boy, here we go.
yeah. I
And
mean,
you're
that
just
kind of
there
stuff-
by yourselves. Yeah.
That
So
would be weird. That would be weird as shit.
Yeah. And that's old tech.
Yeah.
That's 20, 15 years ago.
Big D and I, before texting was a thing, we're going to age ourselves here. Before texting was a thing, we used to use infrared to beam messages to each other.
Wow.
So we had these little personal data assistants. Remember the little PDAs before there were cell phones that were smartphones? We would sit there and we'd type messages in meetings from across the room going, this guy needs to shut up.
Don't
And-
ask a question.
Yeah,
And it
don't
wasn't-
ask. Let's get out of here. This is terrible.
We have a tea time.
Oh my gosh.
And so anybody,
That's a 111, buddy.
and we used to.
No, what time? The time
It
is
is 111 Angel time.
We've gotten into
111.
11s.
Oh, really?
1, 1, 1,
Yeah.
11, 11, 1, 11.
12,
That's
12.
a whole nother number system.
Yeah, man. So
Whole nother thing.
it is. I've always been kind of like, because to me it's a little.
You've been like, what?
I'm gonna do that sometime tonight at dinner. I'm gonna be like, why am I doing? Oh, freaking Bubba. So my dad had a really bad medical issue a month, 2 months ago, maybe, in the middle of the night, and my phone rang, and it was the hospital talking about my dad. He fell and it really hurt his face bad, and he was being
Sorry,
life flighted.
man.
Yeah. Oh, he's fine now, but anyway, I I was laying in bed, and they were going to give me updates on him. They were life flighting him to Vanderbilt from Cookville. And they were like going to, and he was doing fine. He was doing pretty good. And then it really took a turn for the worse. And so I got a phone call at, whatever, middle of the night. And I answer the phone, and it's the hospital. Hey, things are bad. We put your father into ICU, trauma ICU. He's got to go on life support, all this stuff. Well, I have like a CPAP that night that I sleep with.
Yeah.
And I had turned it off to answer the phone. And it started like this countdown of like cooling down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember I talked to this lady on the phone, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And I lay back down, and I reach over and I put the CPAP on again, and it was at 11 minutes. 11 minutes, 11 seconds.
Ooh.
Specifically.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's weird. That's 11:11, and I just got off the phone with them, whatever. So then I try and get some sleep. I can't. And I said, I want to get up. I'm just going to get up and go to the kitchen and get some piece of toast or something. I don't know what time it is. I have a clock next to my old school, because I'm old. And I turn and I get out of bed and I look, and it's 1:11 in the morning. I'm like, well, that's 2. That's weird.
Right.
I go to the kitchen and I make a toast or whatever. I finish it, I eat, and then I'm going back to bed. And as I'm walking by the microwave and the stove, the time says 1:11. I'm like, I can't.
Still.
How's it 1:11 again? It's because the power had gone out the day before, and I reset my clock next to my bed, and I made it 10 minutes earlier.
This is crazy.
So that I would always be ahead of it. You do.
Yeah.
And so, what are the chances of all that?
No.
That's insane.
The CPAP at 11:11. I got up at 1:11, and I finished, and I walked back at 1:11.
You're living in a sim.
Thank you.
And
Here
it got
we
stuck.
are again,
It got
guys.
stuck.
Here we are.
And you got stuck.
It was a glitch.
You crapped on my
a
story
glitch?
because you're actually living in one.
There was a glitch in your story.
It's so hard-
Deny it.
I
Make
mean,
fun
It's
of
so
him.
hard to believe because you are in one.
Tell him he's a
Case
little man.
closed.
Tell him he's a scared little man. You're just a scared little man.
I just ordered Mac ribs on a satellite. And they're going to an
I
airplane.
also love that you say McDonald's. It's the best. It's like you say Walmart's.
Well, that's kind of my daddy coming out.
Yeah.
I do say McDonald's, but my daddy's McDonald's all the time. So
Yeah, I love it.
I grew up that way.
I love it. Where
So
are
I
you guys
get
from
mixed up.
originally?
Baltimore.
I was born in Arkansas, grew up in Indiana.
Oh, wow.
So
How did y'all meet?
in Nashville.
Right here at the Wild Horse Saloon.
Oh,
It
really?
doesn't exist anymore.
I worked
Line
there
dancing?
right after them.
Yep.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were the line dance guys, and people would come in
Wait,
and be
wait,
like,
wait, wait.
"Did you not know that?"
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were the
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah, they were because
We were Magic Mike before Magic
they
was Mike.
were no, they.
Mike
I
was
mean,
Magic.
they were.
I was Magic and he was
legends.
Mike.
And then we'd have these regulars that would show up, and they'd be like, "Where's Chris and Preston?" And it was like, "Sorry, you got Jenny and Carson."
That's awesome.
We're gonna do the tush push. And that was the thing. We would do private events where they get, and it was like, "Oh, we got LOCASH." They'd get up on stage, and I go, "Oh, that's why these guys, people come back and ask for them. They
Yeah, it was
are
fun.
much
I
better."
didn't know that that's how you guys met. I thought, honestly, it was some weird, goofy thing that, you just
Well, that was weird and goofy for
meet.
sure.
No, but I'm saying you meet up, you start writing songs together or whatever. Oh, I'm a musician too. Well, we should write a song or whatever.
No, but legitimately, they
That's how.
killed the game.
We
It
were
was-
killed the game
I mean,
there.
we sold 8x10s. It was
Yeah, you-
stupid. It
Yeah.
was absolutely stupid.
to
Oh,
like
man,
people
it
at
would
the
be
Wild
wild.
Horse, they would
we would
buy
make
your 8x10s.
We would remember the Tascams.
So many.
Yeah.
Printing. We would print CDs that we just make on his little MP3 at home.
Well, we got smart one day. We were writing and recording music, but we couldn't figure out how to sell it. And so we were making up these dances to our songs and then teach the dance, and then be like, all right, try the new dance, this song. And then we were the
Brilliant.
DJs
So
too.
you were TikTok before TikTok.
Brilliant.
We were the
So
DJs.
smart.
So we go back to the DJ booth, play our song. They didn't give a they didn't give a crap what it was. So they would go out to the dance floor, do the new dance, get all excited,
And
and
be
then
into
we
the
would
song.
say, if you want to do the dance at home, because
buy our
everybody's a tourist,
Buy our CD.
buy our CD.
$5.
And we would sell them for $5 from the DJ booth. And we
you
we
were
look
making
like
them
drug
really-
dealers.
We would press them out right there in the DJ. I had the task cam in the thing, so when
we had like
if
an
somebody would come
8-tower
around-
thing. We were just pumping them out. Boom,
So what,
boom, boom,
were you
boom,
doing
boom.
it on the analog Tascam,
Yeah.
or like the one that used cassette tapes?
No,
or-
the one you had a CD and then another CD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like to actually
No, it
make
would
the
burn 'em,
recording.
But then
So
we
we'd run 'em back
graduated
and
to a
forth.
CD tower
Yeah,
that would
we
do
got
like
a
8
tower.
at once. You know what I mean? And then it was just gangbusters.
This
then.
is the first time I've ever heard this. Also, this is the IRS's first time they've ever heard
This is true.
But yeah,
Remember
we had
that
your
pardon
8x10
we were talking
in
about?
the DJ booth. Even after that, like we kept your 8x10 up.
Yeah.
Like it was back there.
It was
So,
crazy,
yeah.
man. It was
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Didn't
It was
know
crazy.
I want one of those 8x10s.
we
I
were
will pay
sexy,
for
man.
one.
We were
Also,
sexy
you want
back
to talk hustle. I mean, just to brag on them for a second. So when they would have to go teach the actual line dance, but you have a good 45 minutes to an hour between each one because that's when you have the house band come up, they would book themselves at other bars
Yeah.
to go perform. So they'd run
Tootsies,
out.
we would
Yeah,
go
we-
to Tootsies.
Run through the alley and go play
Yeah.
at Tootsie's real quick, and then come back and I hope nobody missed us. You know, we'd be like,
Wow.
No, they waited for you. Trust me. They were, no, like you guys, you were an attraction. Like people loved it.
It was
yeah,
fun.
it was
Until
great.
the new GM came in, and he didn't like us very much.
So what were y'all going?
he wanted a cut
Were you
of
just-
all the CDs.
Chris and Preston at the time, or were
yeah.
you LOCASH
Just
at the time?
Chris and Preston.
He should have started Wild Horse Records. Then we would have talked about it. But he didn't.
Colin Reed actually came to me about that one time, and I was like, "Dude, I have no problem with that. I don't mind. Put this in the." He said, "We'll put it in the stores for you." I'm like, "Okay, we could do that. That's cool." But then Donnie came around, and he was not having us. He just wanted to get rid of us.
Dude, you were
so
supposed
bad.
to get wrote up 3 times, and then you got fired, right? Our write-up
Oh, it was
file was
absolutely
so
nuts.
huge.
It was
I
nuts.
mean,
You guys really are us who
it
sing.
was as thick as a McRib.
and now you sing,
box.
dance. We didn't know.
Yeah. They tried
Well-
to make us, and they're like, okay, well, during your 45 minutes now, because I think they knew what we were doing. They're like, you need to go wait tables. I said, no, we're not waiting tables.
Wait tables. Get out of here with
Supposed
that
to be tables.
nonsense.
Yeah, we were like,
No.
we're out.
Did they
But
make
Colin
you do
loved
that?
us.
No,
Colin Reed
all I
loved
ever
us,
had to
so
do
it
was
like-
no. I would get on the mic. I'd be
No,
like,
because they lost us over it, and then they're
yeah,
like,
because they
we're
left.
out. We're not
And
doing
then-
that.
Yeah, so they bring me in because I was sitting out a non-compete in radio. And so all I would do was get on the mic for like 2 seconds and be
you
like,
were their replacement.
I think I was like a year after.
you were a
but
year
yeah.
after.
You don't
But,
want to be
You'd
the
be
guy
great, though.
after
You'd
the
be
guy.
great.
But yeah, well, they no. Here's why I
Mark
was.
stayed around, then Sonny was around.
Yep,
and-
Sonny was
yeah.
there. I when they would try to make me teach line dance, the problem is I am not a ball of sunshine. Little bit of an acerbic personality, so I'd be like yelling at people, like "Get up!
Yeah.
Come do a dance lesson." I was so bad, but
They're
no,
like,
they
we miss Chris and Preston.
yeah, like
They
listen,
never yelled at us.
but also you did. You had like 2 energetic young guys that it just like they loved these guys, and then
Thank you
we
for
get
saying
up
all
there.
this. That's
yeah,
so
but it was
nice.
true.
Brings
And
back
we would get
memories.
up there and we're like, yeah, all right then. And I think honestly, most of the line dances that we ended up teaching,
Or the
I
ones
think
we taught.
I would
Stuff
say are
we
the
made
ones
up.
that
Kept them all.
everybody just ripped off from you
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just kept recycling
So you
them.
guys made up a bunch of line dances.
We had one called
So-
the Booty Bang. You got to remember we were hip hop dancers too, so we had to teach.
We were
country.
choreographers back in the
Yeah.
day for VH1 and MTV.
Yeah,
and so
so
that's
we were-
what we did way
we had to
back in the
tone
day.
it down.
I didn't know any of this.
Yes, we're learning so much more
Well, we
today.
didn't
than
talk
we've ever-
about it.
I feel bad if anybody checked out like 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago when we were eating McRibs.
People were
You're
like, what's
missing
going
it.
on with the Sims?
This
Wait-
brought to you by the McRib. Get you one
So
or
you guys
6.
were dance instructors for MTV?
Yeah,
We did stuff like
just
that. Yeah, it was
choreography.
wild.
We used to
Hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop, and then they hired us to do the CM. Is it CMT?
Well, it was the Flameworthy Awards back then.
Flameworthy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
when Foxworthy would host.
Yeah, well,
Well,
we had
no,
to
we
teach
put
him.
that together.
Yeah,
we have a
that was
crazy
us.
story about that.
What?
It was wild, man.
We
So
choreographed the whole show
they wanted Lisa Rinna to do an opening number with Foxworthy.
because the Dancing with
And-
the Stars thing.
And they wanted to be Dancing with the Stars, and it was coming on strong. And so they were like, if you would come in and put together the whole thing, like not just the dance, but like the whole thing, and then let Foxworthy write the words and and everything. So we're like, okay, we'll put together an intro. So we go in there and put this thing together, and I kind of had a crush growing up, on Lisa Rinna. So
Everybody did.
That was kind of fun to just.
I don't
be
think
in
it was
the
just
room.
growing up. I think maybe now too.
Maybe still. Anyway, so Foxworthy was doing so good. He's not a dancer by any means, but he was doing a great job, and he was a little stressed out over it, because when a dude doesn't dance, that's a big deal to get in front of people and dance.
Trust me, I know. I get it.
But the cameras aren't on yet, and we're having fun, and he's just funny all the way around all the time. So we get done, and we're like, after 2 or 3 rehearsals, and we shake hands, and we're like, all right, have a good time. So comes the next day, and it's dress rehearsal time. And, we call, and we're like, everything go good? And they're like, yeah, it was a little shaky, but I think we're going to be okay. Next day is the show. And that morning, I get this call. And they're like, we've got a real problem. And Foxworthy doesn't want to come out of his dressing room. He's really stressed out about this dance. I shouldn't be telling this story, really, probably.
No, it's okay. Jeff's cool.
He's
Jeff's
a
cool.
great guy. And so they were like, could you just come down here and just give him some encouragement? Maybe run through a couple times with him. I was like,
Jeff
sure,
now.
Sure. So I go down there, and I can't remember why Chris didn't go, but
I was doing a Keith Urban thing.
you were doing something else. Yeah, another number in the
Carrie
show.
Underwood.
And
did
so
both of those.
they were working us. I mean, we were putting together the whole show behind the scenes. And so I'm like, is he in this room right here? And they're like, yeah, that's his dressing room. So I knock. There's no answer. I knock again. There's no answer. So I open up the door, and I'm like, hey, Foxworthy, you in here? And he says, go away. And I was like, okay, I know what's going on in here. So I go back there. He had some Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwiches back there. We had one together, and then we were like, okay, let's just move the chairs, and let's just run through this. And we just rebuilt his confidence back up and ran through it a few times, and he crushed it.
Oh,
and
cool.
I went out and actually danced off camera, like if the camera's right here, I'm dancing right here,
So he could see.
so he could, and I just ran
And
through the whole
follow
thing,
along.
and he's right there. I'm like his shadow, and afterwards he comes off, and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, the Flame-worthy Awards, the number's over, and he runs over to me and Chris and just gives us this big hug, and he was like, that was incredible. And so it was fun to be part of that with him.
But I'm sure he absolutely remembers that.
I don't know if he remembers all
No,
of
he
it.
remembers.
It was that
He's got a
powerful
good
for
memory.
him, yeah.
He remembers that.
He was so nice and so
Pepperidge
cool, and
Farms
he was
was-
actually really good at it. He just needed a little
Yeah.
pump up that morning.
And that's where we met Audrey Morrissey, who is
Executive
the
producer.
executive producer for the Flame-worthy Awards.
and the
who now-
CMT Awards.
who now runs The Voice. She started The Voice.
Oh, wow.
26 or 27 seasons. I mean, she's awesome.
And now we have a TV show coming out with her in this year or next year.
What are y'all doing? Can we talk about it?
I mean, Maggie told us not to talk about these things.
All right.
Can we
all
talk
right.
about this?
I think so.
I'm not going to get in
there's
trouble. I
No,
just want to
there's
find
no
out.
stations. It's still in the
And
works.
also, Maggie, most people
I
have
wanna
checked
see.
out.
I want to see. She said yes.
They
I'm
went
not
through the
getting
McRib lull. They've
no
gone.
phone call today, so this is great.
We have 2 TV shows, and they're both about baseball. One's more sports oriented for it's The Voice kind of meets sports. But
It's gonna be really
baseball's
cool.
the 2 first seasons.
We
6
partnered-
episode, 1 season, 6
We
episode
partnered with
max.
MLB as well, so they
Yeah.
partnered up, and we get access to the stadiums, the mascots, the teams, the
everything.
players, everything.
What?
And,
We went to New York this past year. And
What's
met
the
with
premise of the show, though?
So it is.
Can we
we're
get
gonna
into
fi-
that?
Yeah,
We cool?
yeah. It's
Okay.
called Found. It's already done and
It's
signed.
done.
And we
Done.
get to be executive producers with Audrey, who found us for the CMT Awards.
Oh, wow.
But
Cool.
Way
we
back
go
in the
look
day.
for we have
Full
so
circle.
many baseball just friends, coaches, scouts. One of the scouts is one of my best friends for the Rays and the Orioles and the Padres, the Cubs.
We would find
It's just
ourselves
crazy.
on the bus watching trades go down. Like they would be picking up the phone and calling somebody and be like, "Okay, we just got so and so."
They're on the
I'm
bus
like,
with us and they're talking to
whoa.
us and they're like, "Hey, I can't talk to this guy." During COVID, they couldn't. They weren't. Or during the band, or not the band, where they shut off. The players didn't play anymore for a reason. The strike. The
Yeah,
strike.
yeah, yeah.
So during the little strike that they had, we had scouts calling us to talk to baseball
Oh,
players
on behalf of.
on behalf of them.
We also had a particular situation where
That's so great.
we also had a particular situation where the scout for one team was talking to the pitching coordinator of another team, and they were trying to make a trade, and the trade had been on the table for like a week, and it was about to go south. It's just not going to happen. And so the scout was like, I can't call him again. Just call him and see who the best ones are. Because I got, there's 3, he's offered me 3 players, and I have to pick 2. And I was like, okay. So he says, just ask him who the best players are. And I was like, okay. So I called the pitching coordinator, and I'm like, "Hey, man," I was like,
"You're like
random
baseball
dudes.
spies."
This random dudes, that there's no way we would know who these pitchers are. And I'm like, "Hey, what about
What about John Michaels?
what about John Michaels? I'm Montgomery Smith,
Billy Ray.
Which one's the best?" And the pitching
Billy Ray's
coordinator
arm shot.
Yeah.
And the pitching coordinator, literally, I had him on speakerphone, and he goes,
You can say Kevin.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes, is Kevin sitting next to you?
Oh, my God.
And I was like, these are rednecks, too. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is Kevin's ass sitting right next to you? And I was like, no. And he was like, yes, he is. And you tell him to pick one already. And he hung up on me.
I'm actually in a conversation right now from a guy that played for Kansas City, throws 100 miles an hour, left-hander, and walked a ton of people. But I have a friend that really wants him, and his agent's being a punk. So I called the guy. I was like, your agent's being a punk. If you want this, you better talk to your agent.
Yep.
And it's going down right now.
Right now, right now?
Right now, right
So-
now.
Like at this moment.
Right now.
That leads to our TV show. So we realized, I went to Chris, and I was like, I'm tired of being the middle guys on this. We need to be making money on this. This is not right. Everybody's making millions, and they're using us as
Well,
the
you
buffers.
had this idea for a show, and it was freaking brilliant, dude.
Well, I
we
was
were
just like-
walking on stage. He tells me this idea found, and I'm like, the whole show, I'm like, oh shit.
I'm like, let's go to
so
the-
much better than
let's
what
go-
we're doing right now.
Let's not even go on stage.
I was like,
From
let's go.
line dancing to choreography to performing on stage in front of millions around the world to now TV because
So
of
I was
all
like-
this craziness.
I was like, we should just go to Dominican and find a player, and because there's so many great ball players down there.
Yeah.
Like, let's go down. Like, let's take a video guy with us to film it, and let's go find somebody, get them signed, and then we'll make the money
So
as their
anyway,
agent.
We put it together, and we bring it to Audrey Morrissey, going
Yeah.
back from the CMT Flameworthy Awards and CMT Awards. We give her this idea, like, hey, there's a way we can find like 10 guys, maybe they're playing JUCO or in high school, don't have the grades. There's a high school kid or a 35-year-old that had Tommy John back in whatever, but he's still throwing 100
love
miles
all
an
this.
hour.
Yep, yep,
So we find them, we give them a chance, reality TV, but yet we have scouts telling us, okay,
Yeah.
okay, good enough. So when we meet with MLB, Audrey says yes. She puts up this whole deck. We go to MLB together. The MLB's flipping on it. They love it. They're like, this is a great idea.
They're
This is
also
good for-"
realistic though, because they're like, are you really going to find someone who's going to make it in the MLB? Because that's
Right.
a very small percentage.
Right.
But now they know who the scouts are, and we have all their abilities to use their stadiums. We have people that are telling, like this kid from Kansas City. That's a whole story. But
Yes.
that'll be done before the show starts.
The idea,
So-
the idea twist is the win is actually MLB gave us 3 slots in the combine.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So now the
What?
win is actually getting into the combine. What you do with that is on you.
Yeah, it's just getting them in front. of
We're gonna
the
take
right
12
people.
players.
It's giving
Position
giving them an
themselves.
opportunity
Yeah.
to shine. It's
To be
on
found.
them.
Yeah.
It's
To be found.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I like the way you brought that back.
And the other one is going to be like on more of a HGTV kind of thing, where we go in and we build. It's called Diamonds in the Rough.
cool.
We go in and build baseball fields in inner cities or
Rough
places
areas.
that rough areas or fix up a lot.
My
And the
dream
two shows
is to have
will
a
hopefully
wiffle ball field.
Sort of
Dude,
have its
they're-
own
they're in
spin-off field.
Florida right now,
to
they're
its-
building a wiffle ball field right now, a stadium.
Man, I wanted that.
Yeah.
So bad.
Well, it's because of Hometown Home. This producer calls us out of nowhere, and he's like, I love this song, and I've got all these Emmy awards as a producer.
He did
for
the,
like
the
hometown
Makeover or
renovations and
whatever
things
it
like
is.
that. So yeah,
So the song is okay. So can you use this? Is the song getting incorporated into the?
yeah,
Probably
Yeah,
not in
well,
Found, but it will be in the other.
in the
other
Diamonds in
yeah.
the Rough.
yeah.
Have you written Found? If not, I have this reggae band I want to introduce you to.
We read it through AI.
It's great.
We are
Did you know
definitely
that
working on that.
round rhymes with found? Did you know that?
Ooh,
Sure does. Sure does.
I like it.
So does Hometown.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hometown, home plate. Let's
I
go.
like that.
Oh, you like that too?
I like
Can't
that
wait.
too. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of crap.
That's
just do.
crazy, man.
Every day is hustling.
Yeah.
Y'all are pushing it harder
I
than
really,
we did.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I really thought you guys met making meth.
We did. That was part of it, but that was pardoned. We got pardoned for that already. So
Like you guys were stealing copper.
We actually met at Deja Vu. And you know, we were two of the ugly ones.
yeah,
there.
there's only 3.
There was only 3, but we
You know,
were
I've
2
never
of
been,
them.
I've never been, but
horrible.
back in the day, didn't they? I would
That
swear
was
I
a
would drive
great
by.
ad campaign.
I would drive by. Did they serve food?
I think so.
I think so.
I think I remember seeing like there was
Did
a
they
sign.
have a buffet?
I think
what kind of buffet?
I mean,
Mm.
but you had
God,
to bring
that's
your own
gross.
alcohol.
God. Yee.
Mm.
It's like you go. Anyway, I better stop.
Please.
I don't know. Wow,
All right.
that's exciting.
Yeah, dude,
So
it's
when-
a lot.
When?
I would say this year. I mean, everything is negotiating right now with the lawyers for, what percentage we get. I mean, everything is done deck wise.
MLB's
MLB's
done.
done.
Everything's that. Yeah.
The hard part's done. Now it's the
You know the coolest
either
thing that's happened so
Netflix or
far.
Disney or
So
whatever it's gonna be.
MLB calls us up to New York City for this meeting, and because they want to hear about the idea, and they
I think
wanna
we're getting a
decide.
wrap-up signal.
I'm just going to tell you this. That this is really cool because we get into this office in New York City, we're overwhelmed. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's their news studios too.
Right.
Like I don't know if you guys like super baseball. Your son would probably flip just walking in this place.
amazing.
It's all baseball cards, and we're
The
talking,
walls
like,
are made of baseball cards.
thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh,
of
wow.
baseball
They got a little
cards. It's
coffee
crazy.
shop called Field of Beans.
Oh,
They've got,
that's
nice.
you know what I mean?
These
It's
guys.
they've got it.
These,
Yeah.
these guys.
But it's sitting next to like Babe Ruth's autograph vault,
Yeah,
and
it's
then Jackie
pretty awesome,
Robinson's
dude.
like jersey, and
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. It's cool stuff. So anyway, we go into this room, we all sit down, and here comes the guy from MLB, and he walks in the room, slides the door shut, sits down, and he's like, and he goes,
Everyone listen.
I know, he goes, "Welcome to baseball," and
was
it was like a movie.
That's so
Wow.
cool.
It was so
was
cool,
badass.
dude. It was from
Yeah.
a movie, but he did say it like
Yeah.
he goes, "Yes, that was from a movie." But I was like, "You had me at that. You
Yeah.
had me. I'm in."
Wow.
I'm excited.
And we got to have MLB involved. I mean, we want them involved, so
Yeah.
it's going to be great.
Did y'all play ball?
I did for 17 years. Yeah.
High school?
High school and college.
He was in high school for 17 years.
They called me Van Wilder. But no, I played and ripped my knee, so I lost everything after that. I was just, for some reason, I became a singer and dancer. And you could tell your dad that.
Deja vu. I told you. That's where I met him. Yeah.
Dad, I can't play baseball, but I want to
All right.
dance.
So,
Can imagine how that conversation went.
All right, you stay here. Don't let him leave. Are you talking about Monty Python? Are you quoting Monty Python?
No.
I want to dance.
no.
Oh, that was I want to
real
sing.
life.
Yeah, it's real life. I thought.
Oh, that's a real. Oh, your dad.
I went
Yeah.
because I went straight from there to Paramount's King's Dominion.
Wow.
Yep, as a singer dancer.
Wow.
well, thank you for the McRibs.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
nice. That was very nice. Nobody has ever brought us food like that before in the
good.
middle of
It's
the
chewy.
podcast.
It's
it was
chewy.
very nice. I love you guys.
Anything else we need to push for you?
Oh man, just we'll probably have an album coming out, which will be back before that, I'm sure, in
Yeah.
February-ish. But
Yeah.
but
Disclosure.
the hometown home, it's top 20 right now, and keep climbing. It's flying up the chart. It's great right now. So
Good.
And
Don't
it's
wanna
our
jinx
first
it.
single on our new label, so that's exciting too.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's
too.
a whole nother thing.
That's awesome.
But next time we do our album release party and you hear the first song off the album, I just want to hear.
You know, it'll be like the.
What y'all think? What do
It'll
you
be
think?
like the Wilhelm scream, and then it just pops up in random spots on
All the time.
somewhere on the album. You
all
hear
the time.
just in the
We
background.
need it in found. We need it in found.
It's got to be in there.
How was he? Was he good?
All right, you're cut.
Are
Do we get
done?
credits on that?
Yeah.
For sure.
And the Egyptian pharaoh from Big D Above.
What was his name? Do we know the guy's name?
We can look it up. We can find it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
Anyway.
have researchers.
I'm going to go ahead and hit the outro. This is, again, AI at its best. We love our AI singers.
Oh, this was the podcast. laughs, but now it's over.
This is version 3.
But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day.
It was the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast. The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Thank you, Chris and Preston.
Thank you.
LOCASH.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Happy holidays.